live once again. Everybody, Swiney here, dropping back in with Polar Patroller. This was last night, pretty late, about like 4:30, just after the update. This was my second drop. First drop, I got a second place, and I should have had first, but I lost to a guy who was better than me, and I didn't have any shield. But give him credit. He clapped me, and I blocked him. Anyway, so this is just a start here. Dropping in at Breakwater Bay, kicking around. There was already some fighting. A lot of bots landed here. I think because of the time of the morning, there wasn't that many players on, so this was a pretty bot-heavy lobby. In fact, of the 5 Elims, I think only the last player was an actual player. The first 4 were all bots, which, you know, what are you going to do? That's what the game is sometimes. So I'm kicking around here, just trying to get it going. Like I said, it was late, and I wasn't at my best. But sometimes when you're playing tired, you kind of just, your instincts kick in. You just got to hope you're not too slow. So, you know, that's what's kind of the case here. Now, I did get very fortunate. I will say this. For a while there, they didn't have the party timer Aerialist augments. And they brought them back. And the Aerialist is one of my favorites. I really like that one. And that's how I win this game, by utilizing that with build. Because I like playing build. Because I think that's just kind of the true form of the game. Okay, let me pause it here. Hopefully this doesn't take me too far back. Sometimes when you go from gameplay to drone free, you gotta scan all the way across the island and come back. But I wanted to, yeah, that's the case. So this is where it ends up. Yeah, I gotta go to the left here. Remember that area? That's where the final showdown is. I wouldn't call this a glitch, but it's just kind of a drag that anytime you cycle from gameplay to drone free, it's going to move you back to some original inception point. Okay, so here we are. Beehive 7, behind you 60, and there's a guy Greedy coming in 33. They're all bots, but this was kind of funny. Now, let me slow the drone down a little bit. I'm way too, like, cavalier when I fight with bots, because I kind of know they're not really, you know, they can kill you, don't get me wrong, especially if you get too close to them, but I kind of just like to line up my shots and use them for warm-up. They're the best kind of target practice you can get. So see how, like, I put up a wall, went around, pivoted, he fell down, came back up. Now I'm just like, oh, cool, you're done. You know, see ya. Now I got this other one running around. Oh yeah, this is good. Let me set this up here. So I go to get high ground, and I hear him run by. I'm like, oh, is he gonna try and cover the corner? Okay, cool. I don't really like the Thunder shotgun. I don't hate it, but you know, I use it. It's really powerful. But Thunder shotgun's got a really slow reload time, and if you miss your shot, like, you usually end up losing. So I take a peek. He runs along the wall. I'm like, oh, okay. We can play the peekaboo game. This is kind of funny. Sorry. Bot down, bot down. That's all just timing. I kind of knew what he was going to do before he did it, so I come over to the flag. Loot wasn't great. This greedy guy, I'm sorry, this greedy bot, this is not a player. But see, look, especially with bots, and even with, like, players that are kind of average, you throw a wall up and you have a chance to get to high ground, and, like, you just completely increase your odds of winning the fight. I know people like no build, but in no build you can't throw these little curveballs at people. like this one. See you later. Back to the Matrix. A little dance here. That bot's back in the Matrix and probably being deployed in a matter of seconds. Alright, so that was all I really did here at Breakwater to start up. You know, it was just getting warmed up, trying to find some decent loot, whatever. I'll move it along here. Let's go here. Because I just kind of kick around the island, I backline the storm a bit. There wasn't really other fights until I move up here. I kill one more bot. Great. Go again. That was kind of coming out of the storm. Here, speed it up a bit. Fighting going on. But these two guys are at the anomaly. Pause that. Okay, so I just picked up a stink bow. I think that, of course, you can really burn people out with a flame bow, and you can kind of catch people around corners and stuff with the explodey bow. But man, the stink bow, if you have a purple one, or especially a gold one, when you catch people in their builds or in a structure, like that thing just tortures people. I think it is the best bow. I'm not going to say by far, but I totally prefer it. Because it comes in real handy. When you're breaking down builds, or trying to push people out of buildings. I know the shockwave bow, you can knock people into storm and whatnot. I think I go back for it here. Up here. No, I heard him back there, but I did not see him. Also, that first shot was pretty lazy, so I was like, that's probably a bot back there. Like, there wasn't like any real focus on him trying to continually hit me. He just popped off a couple of times. So that's why I'm jumping around taking a look. I'm like, this is definitely a bot. See? And he's done. That explodey bow just annihilated that guy. I'm sorry, stink bow. Now I heard this guy kind of flying in and the soaring sprints. So I knew that's not a bot, because as far as I know, bots don't use augments. Set up a little platform. See if maybe someone coming out of the storm. Didn't know he's right over there. Remember, I can't see the name tags. Just kicking around. Luckily, no one's like firing on me because I'm up here all exposed. And he was right there. If I would have seen him down by that rock, I could have completely ruined because he was healing. I did a little scan on this before doing this live stream. And that guy was taking a med kit. Now, with bows being in the game, I probably should have built with brick or metal, but I get lucky because no one set me on fire. So I hear all this. Of course, remember, I can't see name tags. I'm like, I see the NPC down there running around, so I know there's a player close by. And see that movement down there? Okay, I'm like, is that a player? Like, at first it took me a second. And I want to show you something. This, the guff skin, like on this crouch this guy's doing, it looks like a boar. I was like, is that a player? Watch, here, let me move this out of the way. Like, the guff skin crouching from far distance, I'm like, is that a pig going across the road? Like, no, it's a player. Oh, I better fire at him. So I take some shots at him and I chase him off. And Trex fan comes in. Let me pause. Let's go back to gameplay. But I was like, had to do a double take and scratch my head because I thought that Guff skin was a pig at first. I'm like, oh no, wait a minute. NPC's not going to follow a boar. So there's like, you know, just some, getting close to the end here. Try not to make a mistake and get cut out in the open. Move up a little bit. But I'll keep it on gameplay so we don't get, like, you know, thrown around. I have to go, okay, I just gotta back it up just a little bit. This is pretty important here. Okay, so Storm Circle was looking like I was going to have to push out into the open. Now it's build. I could have built something. But I see this guy bouncing. How many people are left? Sorry. There's 5 people left. I could have opened up on this guy. But I said, you know what? Sometimes you let someone get away and it comes back to haunt you, and sometimes you let them get away and they get killed by the players. Luckily, it worked out this time because I noticed the purple haze person last minute. I hear the bow. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. But just something tells me not to take action, just to wait, see what plays out. Okay, this is where we'll take it out the rest of the way on drone free. Okay, so yeah, Trex fan pushed with his nimbus cloud on purple haze. So I see someone with a nimbus cloud. I know someone has a Kamehameha. So we're getting pretty serious here. Trex fan pushes again. Purple haze takes out the push, but they didn't know they were being set up by Block Bobby or Black Bobby or whatever the X stands for. So I was pretty smart. Like, he waited and he third-partied those guys and they're done. Okay, so here's where I was pretty happy with myself for doing this. Look at the overall view here. There's a lot of water. The water probably would have saved me if by the time I got built someone knocked down my build, but that's kind of a non-factor because I had Aerialist, like I mentioned earlier. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do a sky build. I'm going to go up top here. I had a bow, I had a rocket launcher, and a shoddy, and like just a regular scar. So this is so cool. I was so happy I did this. I'd never usually think my way into wins like this, but this was really cool. Because no one's fighting. I see him go up. He was scanning, he was pivoting, trying to see where I was. Look for people. And that's my, alright, I'm gonna go for it. So I lined him up. I'm like, something's gotta give. Here comes a storm. And I remember to do these little 90s. I just started remembering knowing how to build those. Like, I'm like, oh wait, put those up in case they hit. They don't just have to hit one panel. They got to hit all of them. But that was kind of cool. I'm going up, moving up, baby. Take me to the top, Motley Crue. Don't you know, no, no, it's a violation. Okay, so take me to the top, Motley Crue from the Too Fast for Love album. No one's fighting down there. I don't know what's happening. I just know I'm building a sky base. I have Aerialist, and I'm going to try and have height advantage on these dudes. looking around, and I hear a Kamea. I Aerialist down to take a look. This dude builds. I can tell he can play because he can build really well. That's a bit of a misfire. Okay, so I missed with that first rocket. But the second rocket, as soon as I fire it, I get my stink bow out and I follow it up to try and push the watch. His hammer's not working. Glitch there. Okay, this dude's totally panicking by now. He's getting destroyed by that stink bow. I love this. I give that dude credit. He almost hit me. Now, having Aerialist, I didn't just drop. I get to glide on this dude. I get to track him. Okay, everyone knows, and if you don't know, I'll tell you right now, I hate the shockwave hammer. If you use the shockwave hammer, you're a real pussy. Whatever, I think that's Korean, so I'm just going to call this dude Kim Jong-un. Okay, so I'm fighting Kim Jong-un from North Korea here in the last battle. And he tries to hammer me. Fail. Oh, hey, what's up, dude? You got a hammer, I got a shoddy. I think we know how this is going to end. That was really, really satisfying. That dude had good weapons too. He had a gold scar. He had the hammer. Like, that dude should have just like switched to his scar when I dropped down. But I think he was probably a kid, probably 12 or 14-year-old or something. And I'll get to this dude's invite in a minute, but he gambled and he lost. But that was a really, really fun win. I used a sky build, dropped in. That was a really cool move. And hope you guys enjoyed it. Use Aerialist and stink bow and stuff like that to your advantage when you got high ground. I'll catch you guys next time because I'm going to pull out of this and go do some drops with this guy, James, here. And we will see you next time. Rock and roll. Thanks for following, and give me a thumbs up if you can. See you later.